Ba 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 da da. Dee dee. Doo doo. Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 25. I will be your host today, Janae, and I'm joined with Alex, Tara, Marlene, and Peter. Today's topic is teachers that align with chakra practices. And I'm just going to pass it quickly over to Alex before I digress further into the topic for today.
Yes, thank you, Janae. So, my healing modality does not rely on the chakra system, but that's not the entire reason that we're here. We're also here on this podcast to learn from one another. So, even though I don't have all the expertise, we still have people on the show that do know exactly what they're talking about. So, with that, I will pass it right back to Janae.
Thank you so much, Alex. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the community is we all come from such different backgrounds and we have various knowledge on various topics. And you don't have to know everything, but it's really important to learn as much as you possibly can because everything is in some way integrated into what you are also giving in your own practice itself. But I just wanted to touch on my take of the chakras in my own specific field, and that is with regards to movement. So, movement is essentially the body's or the soul's way of speaking to us without using words. And essentially, our tissues, our muscles, our bones, those elements within the body actually store emotions, and these emotions are stored in our hips, it's in our jaws, it's in our bodies, and moving the body allows us to defrag elements of the chakras. So essentially in the movement sphere specifically, we sometimes get a little bit lost in the question of what must I do, instead of asking the body what it needs. So sometimes we do forget that these vessels, these temples of ours, are trying to speak to us. And essentially, we need to ask our chakras. We've got the 7 main ones, which everyone is aware of. And if you ask yourself and your body what it needs, it will tell you. So if you ask your root chakra, what do you need from me today in order for you to feel safe? Your body will start to move in a way that allows you to feel safe. And I think we need to become more in touch and attuned to our bodies because it is a connection with mind, body, and spirit. And we lose the connection between the mind and the body and the spirit and the body. So I don't know if anyone else has anything else to add before I can stay here for quite some time discussing movement. Yes, Tara.
Jenny, that was like you just did my whole spiel for me. So I am a chakra dance facilitator, and chakra dance takes visualization, meditation, and free movement to help us unlock those stuck emotions and that stuck energy um, in free movement. And it's a movement therapy modality developed and created by Natalie Southgate, and she created chakra resonant music. So this means the same frequency of each chakra, specifically to unlock in whatever in that chakra we are doing for that particular dance. It's coupled with Jungian psychology. So we start with a meditation and then a movement meditation and then a dance with visualization. And then we end with mandala artwork and a closing meditation. And what this does is it allows our body to move in the way we feel like it needs to move. And then whatever we dance up or release in this practice, we put into a mandala artwork to further give us insight into what our subconscious wants us to know or what our body is telling us needs to be released. It's a beautiful practice. It's gentle. And I love that there's a modality that works so beautifully with what you just explained, Janae, about how the chakras um, tell us and our bodies and our spirit and our mind what we need.
I'm curious to see what Marlene has to say.
I got lost in all that beautiful explanation. You carried me away. I have actually experienced something similar, and it is absolutely magical, Tara.
Mm-hmm.
What came to me was sometimes we don't actually, especially in the beginning of this whole process, we don't quite know what's happening in our bodies. And for me, what I have done before is actually to use either dowsing rods or a pendulum on the person. So you can do like a before and an after on that experience. And they can actually see the difference over and above feeling it. It becomes something more visual that people can understand very quickly. So that kind of came to me to add to this process, which is absolutely magnificent, because you've really got the whole thing, body, mind, soul, the creative part, the movement, the color. It's magical. Absolutely so healing for the soul. Beautiful. Alex.
So I would like to add that, with what everybody was saying, that emotions are kept in these chakras. I was pretty skeptical at first, but I actually tried Chakra Dance with Tara, and I felt really silly doing it. I'm not gonna lie. But then, like after doing it, like things came up for me that I didn't know existed, like suppressed emotions and like visions of like things that happened in my earlier in childhood that I didn't even know was a problem, and it just came right up to the surface. It was super easy to identify, and it was so clear. So there's something to it. It's definitely really cool. Janae, did you say you had more? Oh, Peter, go for it.
Okay, this is a question. Not this summer, not this past summer, but the summer before, I spent quite a lot of time, basically the whole summer, and so in meditation and um, probably an hour a day, roughly. Uh, and I was like following Joe Dispenza. Some of you might know him, and so this might be really elementary compared to like what you're talking about. So I want to explain my experience and explain what I saw, and maybe then that'll, I don't know, maybe you can answer. I'm not sure. But so like I found that like the breathing techniques were key for me, and like focusing on my heart. And then, but I don't know the different like terms, but like so much so that with the music, which was like, I'm not sure what frequency it was, but I had piano in the background, and I could feel the piano notes even though I had headphones in. I could feel the notes like through my entire body, like from my head to my toes. um and then I was like getting visions while this is going on. So maybe someone can explain that to me that makes some sort of sense. And
So,
some of the visions have come true.
wow. Well, we know Peter, we know your gift, I think is quite unique and special. And anybody that has the privilege of being in Peter's presence, I think just thank you just for sharing who you are. I'd like to add, just with regards to the classical music and the frequency that music holds. So I've grown up in the classical dance industry and environment for 30 years. So I've been listening to classical music my entire life. And classical composers, so your Beethoven, your Bach, your Tchaikovsky, your Claude Debussy, all of these composers actually spent time in nature. So they were inspired by nature to write and compose their music. And that frequency that is held in classical music is the highest frequency that one can listen to. So when you are in that state, because if you think how classical music can take you away from this 3D reality, so those visions that you were experiencing, you had an out of body experience which the music took you into. So it was almost, if you also think of shamanic drumming, it can put you into a trance-like state because of the frequency and the vibration that the music is holding. Now, because we're all energy, our bodies are vibrating at a certain frequency and the music is vibrating at a certain frequency. And if you align in a specific way, what can happen is you can go into more so into your third eye, your all-knowing, and it can start to give you visions and clarity, or it can help you to see into the future, because remember, time is also an illusion. We are living in various timelines concurrently, and we've already lived our highest selves life. That's why we see it so clearly. We feel it because we've already lived it. We are living it at this current time. So I just wanted to bring that in with regards to the classical music. And that's why when a woman is pregnant, they say you must play classical music for the baby because of the frequency that it holds. When you're studying, playing classical music, because it's putting your brain into this trance state for you to absorb the information that you are learning. So classical music, these people of such high wisdom did these things because they connected with nature. And Einstein says that all of the answers that you seek, you will find in nature. So I really do think that that was of great value, Peter. Thank you for sharing that experience. And I hope that I answered what you needed to have had answered.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So I just wanted to add another aspect to bring into the chakras is to go back to that root chakra, which is your base chakra. It's that stable, secure, rooted, grounded chakra. If you take my modality, me as a teacher, and how I align with the chakras, if you stamp your feet really hard, that movement is creating a vibration through your body. And what it's doing is it's connecting you with the earth, and it's telling your root chakra that you are grounded. So in my specific teachings, movement and the way the body moves, in which direction it moves, what you are doing with the body is all conscious to aligning and to really seeing who you are through the embodiment of your vessel. And it's becoming so confident and comfortable within your vessel that you're able to move without judgment, without ego. Because essentially, have you ever listened to a song, right? A really good song, again, frequency. And the music just, you cannot help but move your body. It's that what I began the podcast with. Your body is the vessel, and movement is the language your soul is trying to speak. So I believe that we should really try more often to move our bodies in, Tara's also practicing this modality through dancing. all children dance when music is on, and we've become so egotistical and ego based with regards to it that we feel like we're being judged. And what if it doesn't matter what you look like when you move, as long as you're having a good time, your soul's having a good time, and everyone's just happy. It's really raising your frequency and it's aligning all your chakras. So I want to go over to Marlene. Yes.
So I believe exactly what you're saying is so true, because just letting go and being in the body and listening once again to the body. If your body wants you to move, it's actually telling you, I want to do this thing. I want to move. There might be something stagnant. There might be something that it wants to release in that moment. And yes, it's absolutely right. Don't go into your head. Don't go into that egoic place, but just be. Just allow yourself, as children do. It's 100% correct. Just be. It's like the breathing. Children breathe. And that's another thing. The breath work also changes your chakric system. So when you feel something, move with it, breathe with it. If your body is saying breathe faster and then hold, do that thing, because innately your body knows what it is wanting and needing. And it's our egoic mind, that little hamster on the wheel, that says, no, you can't do that. Certainly not here. Well, eventually that all gets stored in your body. And if you don't move, you become stagnant. That energy makes blockages. So listen. Alex.
So, Marlene, Alex is going to close us off. I would like to share an experience that I had a few days ago with regards to the chakras. I did a meditation where I went through all the chakras. And because each chakra has a specific color, the meditation led me through with it was guided, so it wasn't my own meditation, but we started at the root chakra, which is red, and as we moved up it went to orange and yellow and green and all the colors of the chakra. And the experience that was had during this meditation, because I changed chakras, it was an alignment meditation. Every time the color changed, I saw a completely different vision. So when it was the green, I saw myself as a warrior walking up a green embankment. There was just green hills. And then as it changed to the blue chakra, I was in the ocean and there was a whale in front of me, and I just saw all this blue in, like, just surrounding me. And then it turned to white and I saw this envelope of white around me while sitting in the room. So the chakra alignment is so important, because when you are out of alignment, you really do feel just agitated, irritated, and not at ease. And I wear chakra crystal bracelets to align my chakras as well. And something that is very important to understand is, when you have chakra bracelets, to wear it on your left arm, because that is your receiving arm. So you are receiving alignment with your chakras. If you wear the chakra bracelet on your right arm, you are giving away the energy. So I just wanted to finish off with that. Yes, Alex.
Yes, I would like to acknowledge something that is so addressing our chakras and actually getting into a motion of dance is very difficult for men, right? Because we are not encouraged to listen to our bodies, trust our intuition, and to even dance. God forbid somebody sees us doing it. But I just want to assure you that like it's okay to listen to your body, even if you're a dude, and to start with small movements that you're comfortable with, and eventually it'll grow into a more comfort. And then you can start moving around and you can feel your chakras, you can feel your alignment. It's very freeing. It's not emasculating at all. We've just been taught that our entire lives. But movement is one of the most powerful forms of meditation and expression. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching the show today. Please like, subscribe, and comment. and we will see you next time.